Redfield. I just find it very interesting that every game he looks a little different. And today on this stream, I'd like to go over the different changes that we've had through him, from Resident Evil 1 all the way till Resident Evil 8 Village. Now, if you follow me on Gamers Only 1790 on YouTube and Twitch, you know that I've been loving Resident Evil 8. It's the bomb. It's amazing. I love it. I love what Capcom's doing with Resident Evil nowadays. You know, I'm not going to give any spoilers. If you haven't seen or played the game yet, definitely check out the content that I got going on the YouTube channel and here on Twitch too. I think Twitch deletes the video after so many days, but if you want to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, you'll see all the content there forever. And I have it laid out into, I believe, about an 8-part series. So check that out for sure. But first up, so I typed in Chris Redfield, Resident Evil 1. Now, I should probably put director's cut, right? This is the very first Chris Redfield. I guess this might be some concept art. No, that's just somebody that drew him. Now, they say that that's Chris, but I don't think that's Chris. With that, you don't even get that gun in the game if that's even a real gun. Look, it's literally a... I'm not the first one to discuss this or notice this, but just look. It's a half of a shotgun and then half of a machine gun. Like, what the fuck? And look at his face. Like, Jesus, that's... I can't even do that expression. That's a unique weapon. We'll just say that. But the first Chris Redfield... what the hell? He's in... Okay. Richard Aiken. Let's see. Where is he? Where is the first Chris? Okay, I get... This is definitely concept art for the first Chris. Interesting. Now, I want to see the actor. I want to see the live-action actor. Okay, so here's a concept art for Chris and Jill. A lot of these... here we go. Okay, so here's the original Chris Redfield right here. Oh, okay. So, a little, quick run through an explanation of who Chris Redfield is. So, Chris Redfield is a playable character and one of the protagonists in Capcom's Resident Evil Biohazard in Japan survival horror video game series. Chris debuted as one of the two protagonists of the original Resident Evil video game, alongside his partner Jill Valentine, depicted as a member of the Raccoon City Police Department's Special Tactics and Rescue Services team. Shout out to Stars. He later became a founding member of the United Nations Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance, the BSAA. He is one of the two protagonists of the game Resident Evil Code Veronica, in which he looks for his missing young sister Claire, and is the main character of Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles, where he manages to take down the Umbrella Corporation with Jill. Okay, so that's a quick, overall of who Chris is. Now, this is his village right here, but we'll get to that last. So, all right, let's go back. I want to see. Okay, so I wanted to. You know what we could do? Let's go to YouTube and watch Resident Evil 1 intro. Live action, right? Oh, what the hell? Live action color. Because it is actually in color. You can actually get it in color. And for those that have played the game, no, it's not in color. Whoa. What the hell's going on? Come on, man. What the fuck is this shit doing? Sorry. Okay, I just got a little annoyed there. Why is this popping up? I don't care. Get out of here.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo Team.
That's
who
Chris.
disappeared during the middle of our
Chris, you
mission.
haven't found it?
No, I haven't found it yet. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. Bravo team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
The in-color version's much more graphic, too.
Look, Chris!
Spooky.
It was Bravo team's helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered why.
You sure did. You sure did, Chris. That's the original Chris right there.
Hey! Come here!
Lay into him! Lay into him! I don't remember. Oh my goodness! I don't remember seeing that.
Joseph!
Yo, I don't remember seeing this. Holy shit. Much more graphic.
No!
Don't go! That's Chris. That's our original Chris right there. The first of many faces.
Jill, run for that house!
Yeah, that's the first of many faces for Chris. That was good. That was good. For a
There are
1990...
only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Jill, and myself. We don't know where Barry is.
Here we go. Here's the cast. There's
Chris
Chris.
Redfield,
25 years old. Okay, let's remember that.
Jill Valentine,
23.
Barry Burton,
38.
Rebecca Chambers,
18.
Albert Wesker,
38.
Resident Evil.
That was fucking dope. I seen that before, but I don't remember seeing Joseph get massacred like that. I just remember seeing seeing him die. I don't, not like that though. I just remember and just being dead. But I've seen the regular cutscene a million times, so that's probably why I'm getting them mixed. Maybe I never did see that one. But yeah, it's in color and that's fucking dope. So that's our first Chris Redfield, right? So what was the next game Chris Redfield was in? I believe it was Veronica, but let's double check. So Chris Redfield, all games. Okay, so he was in Resident Evil Wiki. Let's see. So he was in Resident Evil 1996, Resident Evil, and Resident Evil the book. What the fuck is this? Resident Evil the book is an English adaptation of the novella Biohazard: The Beginning by... Oh, okay, so it's a book. Oh, yes. This is like, dude, this right here, this book right here is so rare. I looked for it online. I had just seen it. I didn't know it existed until... Oh, sorry, I got something in my eye. I didn't know it existed until last year sometime. I think it was... I don't know, whatever. I realized it existed through a video or something. and I went to eBay it, and it was like $500-600. Let's look at it now. Let's see how much it is now, real quick. Let's go to eBay. Resident Evil, the book. Oh, this one's only $200, but it's pre-owned, right? Oh, so that's not that bad. From Germany. That's not that bad. Let's see if they have any mint condition ones. I don't know. What the fuck? What is this? That's Chris Redfield, but I don't know from what game that is. This might be some shit that we know nothing about. Huh. Okay, well, hey, it must have went down, but damn, I remember that shit being super pricey. $199. If you're interested, you better snag that up. I would love to have that. Let's look at it. I would love to have this. I just don't have the extra $200 to spare on it. But that looks that's your concept art for the original Chris Redfield right there. Huh. I would buy that totally. I would buy that. Maybe I will in the future. I got other things I gotta spend my money on before a Resident Evil book. But yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Okay, so go back. Resident Evil the book, Resident Evil McClory script, movie rejected script, so not canon, doesn't matter. Biohazard 2? How was he? He was not. It was a book. Okay. Series published is average price of $13. Yeah, so it's a book. It's a book. Whether it's canon or not, who knows? Resident Evil 2, he was just a fucking. He wrote a memo, right? He was not in Resident Evil 2. Oh, extreme battle character. He was extreme battle character. So let's see what he looked like in that. What was. So he was in Resident Evil 2. So let's see. Google. Chris Redfield. All games. No. Chris Redfield. The RE2 images. Battle mode. Now this is him, right? Oh, okay. There we go. That's a good picture. He looks like Claire, but he's got a green vest. Well, I'm sorry, you know what I mean, like the Maiden Heaven vest, but it's green. Which is dope. They added him, man. That was cool. I do remember that. I didn't figure that out until I was probably like 20 years old playing Resident Evil 2. I had it for the PS3, and that's when I figured that out. That shit was crazy. I'm like, oh shit, you could be Chris. Yeah. So he comes with a Magnum. Look, we can see right here. He comes fully equipped with a Magnum, a shotgun. I don't know what you use the ink ribbons on. A rocket launcher. Wow. And first aid spray. So it was easy to play with him, or you were well equipped. I don't want to say it was easy because I really, I think I completed that shit 100% now that I'm thinking about it. I really don't remember how hard it was though. But yeah, that's Chris from Resident Evil 2. That was his next appearance. Um, doesn't really seem like he changed much, does he? Let's look at his face. Yeah, he actually has a full. He's got the shotgun in front of it there. Let's look right here. Okay, so that's his face right there. Doesn't That's probably the first detailed face of Chris. To be honest with you, that is in a video game, of course. Not what I'm trying to say is in game. So like, doesn't have a voice actor or an actor attached to it. But in game, that's his first sprite model or the first model of Chris Redfield. Now, I don't know if he was modeled per se after the actor that did him in Resident Evil 1. I think they just probably said, hey, this is what he looks like in the concept art, which I would say that looks like the concept art more than it looks like it's modeled after an actor. So, with that being said, I think this was a little before that. I think actors portrayed the concept art or the art more than the artists going, shaping the art around the actor like they do nowadays. But that's the second face of Chris Redfield. Now, like I said, he doesn't look that much different. So I would say he's very similar. They're just using the concept art from Resident Evil 1 because he's not in the story whatsoever. But we can look at a few more. All right. Yeah, so he's got like the combat pants on. Kind of looks like Metal Gear Solid a little bit there. He's got the shotty right here. That's comes. He doesn't have a knife in his inventory, I don't think, though. But he has the signature holster for the knife there, like he did in Resident Evil 1. So I would say he hasn't changed at all. You know. And these take place right after each other, so I wouldn't figure he didn't change much. But although in the diary that he leaves in Resident Evil 2, he says he went to Europe. So of course, yeah, it's not that they're right after another. This and 1, 2, and 3 all take place in the time span of I think 3 months over a summer, and then in September it's Resident Evil 3. So July 1998 is Resident Evil 1, and then September is Resident Evil 2 and 3. So it wasn't that far after. All right, so moving on. Let's go to the next Chris Redfield. So, what game was he in? What is the next game? Okay, so Biohazard 2, Resident Evil 2, Extreme Battle Character. The Umbrella Conspiracy is a novel. Nah, he was in the Romero script, which was rejected, but they did give him a commercial that only aired in Japan. Check it out. It's all right. It's mediocre, I'll be honest. It's not long either. All right. He's in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. File cameo. Let's see. What was his cameo though? I don't. No, he's in a file. That's why. Okay, the cameo was the file. City of the Dead. Okay. Resident Evil Survivor. He was in a file. So he's a playable character in Veronica was the next game. Resident Evil Code Veronica. So let's look at his model from Resident Evil Code Veronica. Oh. Alright, Resident Evil X. So this is his right here. There's a few of them. Does he look that much different? No, he just looks actually like the same but more detailed now. Right? He doesn't. Yeah, he looks. Come on. Too much. Alright, I'm not going to. I don't care about Pinterest. Alright, so yeah, he's got his RPD vest on. Nice, but it's black. So they did the reverse this time. Gave him the green shirt and then a black vest. The green is the signature. Yep, I'm Chris. Chris is going to wear green. He's in this picture. Yeah, so he's got the full green outfit. It almost looks like a utility suit or like a jumpsuit. I don't know, but I guess he's got the hip pouch on the side. So I like his first outfit a little bit better, to be honest with you. He had like the combat pants and everything, and it looked better in my opinion. And they should have really stepped up because this is on a next console. This is on PS2, so it should have been. It should have been a little more deep. I would have went with the combat pants like he had in previous Chris. So yeah, his model has changed not much at all. He just looks a little more detailed. So that's the third face of Chris Redfield. Now let's see what game was he in next. All right. So this is we're going by the Resident Evil wiki fandom on whatever the fandom. Yeah, Resident Evil fandom. Okay, so Veronica unlockable. He was an unlockable extra in Resident Evil Cyber 2 Code Veronica. So he was the same model. Resident Evil remake. So let's see, what did he look like in Resident Evil remake? Which I thought Resident Evil remake came out before Veronica. Maybe not. Oh, all right, yeah. So completely different, right? He doesn't look the same at all. This is, I think, now when they actually. Here we go, right here. Pinterest. I thought. Okay, that's the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil, which I think that's from a while ago. All right. So they gave him back the green vest and the combat pants. Hooray! Good job on them. They did right. Now he's got the knife. Okay, so yep, we can see he's got the knife ready to pull. Side pack, combat pants, green signature vest, white shirt underneath. I guess the shirt really doesn't matter, but it does have the stars emblem on the side, as we can see right here. Yep. And that's Chris from Resident Evil Remake. So I mean, it's a remake of the very first Chris. So, but it's his fourth. It's the fourth time we've seen him updated or whatever. It's the fourth face of Chris. The many faces of Chris, as the stream is titled. All right. Next, we have Resident Evil. Really? Here's an outbreak? File special item. Okay, so let's type that in. Resident Evil remake or Chris. So it'd be outbreak. It's probably going to be a mod. Right here. So he looks like he does in Resident Evil 1. Or, I'm sorry, Resident Evil Remake. He looks like he does in Resident Evil Remake. Yeah. Same model. Same everything. Yeah. Resident Evil Remake. Alright. Resident Evil 4 Mobile Edition. Using a file though. Okay, so Resident Evil Deadly Silence. Okay, let's see what he looks like in Resident Evil Deadly Silence. I accidentally closed the window. Alright, so this is Resident Evil Deadly Silence. So he looks like he's going back more towards the combat, or the concept art, right? I don't know what Deadly Silence is, though. I don't think I've ever played this one. But he's got the white shirt, stars emblem on the side, knife, green vest, goofy haircut with the bangs. I guess this is an image. So it was probably a PS1 game. Or mobile. Oh, Nintendo DS, right here. Okay. Yeah, so it was. Okay, so he's basically his PS1 model. And, yeah. So he hasn't changed much. Honestly, a downgrade, but for a handheld system. So that's the next face of Chris Redfield in Deadly Silence. You can look at the concept art, and that is basically his model from the very first Resident Evil. The concept art looked exactly like that, right? Alright, so next we have Biohazard the Operations. What is this? Okay, so let's see, what is it? Biohazard the Operations. Let's see. Nope, that's not. It can't be it. Okay, well, I don't know. That maybe. Let's see. What the hell? Oh, okay. So he has his remake. So it's based on the remake of Resident Evil. So it's same character model as that. So he kept that character model for a few years or for a few games. Let's see. What is he? What's next? What's up next? What's his next game? His next game is. So he's not a playable. He's in Umbrella Chronicles. Okay, so. Oh, I don't know if that's fan art or whatever. Yeah, so he's the same character model right here. Umbrella Chronicles, yeah. They got their remake models. You know, they're all the same for the most part. The same character model as he's had for a few games now, right? Like we said. So he hasn't changed much at all. Yeah, he's still the same 25-year-old, I guess. Okay, so he was in a Resident Evil Extinction. Right. Oh, that's the movie. But wait, what? Novelization? Okay. Well, I forget this guy's name, but he was from Prison Break, and he's Chris Redfield in the movie. So that's the next. Now, I don't know if we should necessarily count this face as Chris, but we'll take it because it is a an incarnation of Chris. Yeah, it's an incarnation of Chris. So that's the new Chris. All right, not the new Chris, but you know what I mean. Okay, the next Chris. Damn, I keep closing out the windows. Please forgive me for that. Chris Redfield. Alright, so moving on. Onward. Okay, and he kept the same character model. Kept the same character model for this. Patchy Slot Biohazard. Pachi. I don't know if I'm Pocky. Pachi. Pocky. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know how to say it. It's a slot machine and it's Biohazard. And he's got the same character model. So I think now is where we're going to see a big change, a big drastic change in Chris. Now, because mind you, these are all prior to. So they all take place in about 1998. His model hasn't changed much because those games are all based around that time that we see him. So we haven't seen Chris in about 10 years, right? So Resident Evil 1 was the last. Or I'm sorry, Veronica was the last game that we seen him in And what year did Veronica take place? What year did Code Veronica take place? 1998. So 3 months after Resident Evil 2. So it takes place in 1998. Okay. So Chris was still 25 years old. Okay, so we'll see. What the next game is Resident Evil 5, I believe. Yep, so 2009. So we don't see Chris for 10 years. 11 years. This is Chris Redfield's next iteration. Now, this is the big drastic change in Chris. We're gonna see a big difference now. So let's check them out. Chris Redfield, Resident Evil 5, RE5. Now, so many memes for this game. There we go. that that's obviously a fan made, but here's actual an image of him. So he's still got the now he's got a BSAA emblem, right? He's quite muscular. Look at that, big guy. He's now 35, 36, and he's still got a full head of hair, and he's got a microphone, and he's got the side pack, then the combat pants, like natural cargo, of course. Yeah, so that's Chris right there. Let's see, that's what he looks like in game. He lost his knife holder, did he? Maybe not. I don't know. So here's another image of Chris. He's got a body armor on and shit, but he's got a little radio there, but no more knife. So he ditched the knife. No knife. It's not just a little easy slash and go like it always used to be. He must have dropped that for something else. But that's Chris Redfield in Resident Evil 5. Okay, so the next face of Chris is let's see here. Fear Dark Side Chronicles, which is the next game. Okay, Dark Side Chronicles. And that's his Veronica, so I don't think that's it. Dark Side Chronicles. There he is. So, yeah. He looks like his, that's definitely different. He looks like his 1998 model, when his 25-year-old model, or whatever, the Resident Evil 1 remake model, where that kind of started. And, yeah, so that's his Dark Side Chronicles appearance. The next face of Chris, or one of the many. I don't want to say the next because it's kind of taking place back in the day. That's the next one, Dark Side Chronicles. Alright, Resident Evil Mercenary. So these are all, yep, he's not going to change. Outbreak Survive. Okay, Marvel vs. Capcom. Let's see, what does he look like in Marvel vs. Capcom? Because that's the next game he was playable in. So he took his Resident Evil 5 appearance. So right here he's got the old school outfit on though, no knife or anything like that. He's got a shotgun on his back or some shit, but they gave him his old school classic RE1 costume or outfit, uniform, whatever you want to say, call it. And he's got the stars on the side there. So yeah, that's Chris Redfield. The next generation is a playable character. All right, and Resident Evil 6 is his next game. So let's see, Resident Evil 6, which was a game I didn't like, but I'm in a Resident Evil group, and they seem to have some fans. And hey, listen, I don't hate you for hating Resident Evil 6. I just don't like the game. It was probably I played it. I beat it all the way through. I even beat the Ada campaign. It was probably a good game, but it just wasn't a good Resident Evil game. And I'll say the same thing about Resident Evil 5. It was a good game, but it wasn't a good Resident Evil game. And 4 is where it really took the turn. And you can call me a Resident Evil boomer. I'm a boomer, whatever, because I played the classics and yada yada. But hey, man, that's what I grew up on. And if you grew up on playing Resident Evil 6, who am I to hate you for that? We love the same series, so let's just come together on that. Anyway, so here's Chris in our Resident Evil 6 iteration. He looks a little different. He's still got the the strapping jaw, but now he's got like a combat uniform on, so like he looks almost like a guard somewhat, but he's still got the radio from his last iteration and the full head of hair. He looks a little redder and browner now, so his hair's a little lighter, I would say. He's got a big gun, and that's his next iteration. That's Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 6, one of the many faces. And let's see what his next playable character is. Okay. Retribution. So let's see what he looks like. Well, so I'm really cherry picking these because I don't want to pick the mobile games because he looks the same in those. They just take him from another game and put it in that, and maybe downgrade his polygons or whatever. So Retribution, huh? Yep, that's Michael Schofield. So we already went over that. Why did I close the window? God, I'm a goof. Alright. Okay. So Resident Evil 6. So Resident Evil 7. He was in Resident Evil 7. What? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm a goof. So he was in Resident Evil 6. I was thinking of something completely different. I wasn't even thinking I was saying Resident Evil 7. I'm sorry. Chris Redfield. Oh, okay. We'll just speed RE7. So this is Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 7. Biohazard. Huh. Wait a minute. That's not Chris? Residents of Evil said they thought that wasn't Chris at the time. And you know what? Me either. I thought that wasn't Chris either. I'm like, that's a decoy, whatever. I can't wait for the Not a Hero DLC because that's not really him. That's not Chris Redfield. But this is Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 6. Or, I'm sorry, 7. So he went from, let's see. He went from, hold on, let's see if make sure I didn't skip a game. Because Resident Evil 6, right? So then, Chris Redfield, right? So this, yeah. So I didn't skip any game because 6 comes before 7. I'm thinking everybody can agree on that. And then this is him and what? Not even the same guy. This is supposed to be Chris Redfield. Okay, so And I made this comment. So the next game is obviously Resident Evil 8 Village, which I have in the background. Right? Okay. Now, whoa, look at this. That's Chris. Now, so what happened? Was the Chris in Resident Evil 7 not Chris? Or. Because this is the Chris from Resident Evil 8 Village. Now, please explain to me what the hell happened there. I'll tell you what it was. It was fan outrage. I don't know if it was outrage. It was just more concern, I guess. They definitely seen and heard that fans were just not believing, or they were confused or upset, and that's the whole reason for me making this video. I got into a conversation with some people online, and we were talking. I made the comment. I'm like, it's hilarious that Capcom switched him back to this after everybody was confused. The whole Resident Evil fan base was confused or either upset at that. So yeah, so this is the last and final iteration of Chris that we've seen to date, and yeah, and he. So let's see now. When does no? Oh my goodness. Okay, goodbye. So I want to see, when does Resident Evil 8 take place? February 2021. Okay, so let's do the math here. Okay, so in 1998, so 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. So hold on. Okay, so 1998, so 2008, 2018. So that's 20 years. And then 2019, 2020, 2021. So 23 years, right? So, yeah, let's see. 25 plus 23 equals. So he's 48 years old. Chris is 48 years old in this picture of Resident Evil 8. In Resident Evil 8, Chris is 48 years old. Okay, so I thought he was much older, but he's not. He's 48 years old. But yeah, anyway, that's the whole reason for the video. I just wanted to go through the many faces and changes of Chris Redfield throughout the years, and I'm a big Resident Evil fan. And I'll be honest with you, between me and you, I wasn't a big fan of him in Resident Evil 7. I didn't think that was him, or didn't like that, and was kind of hoping they would change what they did and go back to what they did. So they did the right thing, in my opinion. And I think a lot of fans agree with that. Everybody that I chatted with in a Resident Evil fan group or club or page on Facebook agreed with me. So with that being said, I don't know. That's it, man. I'll catch y'all later. It's your boy, the Kid 1790, signing out. Have a good one.